Baby, I'll be on you. Hey, hey, hey. Pop out chat. Let's go Spotify. The team list come out yet. They have not. Seeing window capture. Do that. Boom. Bam. Let's go like label this someone you might put to shame. Label the freak who's unable to change. I'm sick in the head, but sick with the grind. I am not something you casually find. Where's the light? Give me a sign, cause I got way too much shit. All right, we're set up. We're ready to go. Let's wait for these team lists to come in. With more beat. Oh, let's pray for some nice team lists. Nothing too carnagey. I'm scared about Manly a bit. I think Hopawati will be back as well. Fresh cut? No. Actually, no. Not at all. Not at all. It looks like it, doesn't it? It's a pretty good thing. The greys are here. Greys are there. I've just been getting a bit of a buzz cut lately. But nah, if I look straight on, you can see like it comes out a bit. Usually I go a tiny bit shorter on the sides. But hey, that's what I like to hear, big dog. It's like when you say to the person that's 50 years old, did you just turn 30? That's the type of comment you just made. How are you, though? How are you, Anthony? Hope you're doing well. Hope the Supercoach team is amazing as well. It comes out at 4, right? I said not yet. Let's get that up. And then we'll get NRL. Wait, what's going on here? That's not what I wanted. There we go. All right. If anyone has a playlist that's good for YouTube pre all this stuff coming out, that's like not annoying and has lyrics, because this is the only thing I can find where it's like, I swear Spotify removed like non-copyright music, unless I'm just completely lying. Oh, team lists are in. Team lists are in. We're just gonna wait a couple, like 1 or 2 minutes, and then get straight into it. Just because what score you got and who was your captain? What was my score? Well, let's start off with that, with the video, then we'll go straight into team list. Whoop, wrong one. So, score for the round, 1-1-2-4. Captain was Tedesco. Season rank 2598. And did 4 trades last week because I didn't do 2 trades the week before. So essentially, I'm still in front by 1 with the available trades we could have had besides Boost. And I traded in Turbo, unfortunately, who I am holding this week for the West Tigers game. I don't care if he goes to center. I don't care if he stays at fullback. I think he's going to have quite a good game. So yeah, at the moment, I've done 2 trades this week so far. I'm not 100% sold I'll hold them, but I've gone Cleary to Hughes and Hubner to Fermor. I think I'm pretty sold on Cleary to Hughes. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sold on it all, but at the moment, this is where my trades stand. So I go Cleary and Colo for Hughes and Fermor. What this does for me is it allows me to have 468k in the bank, which then allows me to go Billy Smith or McCarthy or Turbo next week into a premium like Lomax or Karaz next week, who's someone I want to aim to get. So yeah, that's going to be my play, what it's looking like, but I think Colo's definitely gone. Anyway, let's get into it. The round 16. Can you believe it? It's round 16 already. By the way, hello, Swish. I hope you're doing good. Thanks for being here. Same as Anthony, and to the rest of you in here, thanks for being here as well. Make sure if you have any other Supercoach friends or people that you play Supercoach with, and if they are looking for someone that could maybe help them out, or just to have a chat with Supercoach about besides yourself, link them to me. Link them to me and say, this guy pretends he's good at Supercoach. Have a listen to him. He's fluked it to 2.5k. Let's get into it. I see pictures of people here that all have Supercoach relevancy, maybe besides one. But let's get into it. The round 16 NRL team list. So if you are unaware, right now it is basically Origin round. So will people back up from Origin? That is the big question. Just because they get named in the team list doesn't mean they will essentially play in the game this weekend. They could be laid out, so just be wary of that. Worst thing you can do before a live stream is eat some like almonds or nuts. Mostly the worst idea I've ever made. All right, so West Tigers versus the Raiders. For those of you who have held Hosking, this could be a nice game for him, hopefully. I'm one of the holders. So that's going to be something to look out for. However, 8 p.m. at Campbelltown Stadium. So Tigers have the favor of home ground here. And prop Fanua Pole returns after 3 games out with a knee injury. Sure. Alex Toll concussion is back. Talon De Silva has been added to the bench, and Charlie Murray and Kit Lau dropped to the reserves. Sure. So nothing crazy there for the Tigers. Did Terrell May get named for Origin, by the way? Can someone update me on that? I'm not 100% sure. Someone was responding to that to me. I didn't see it, though, on a Facebook chat. Winger for Raiders, winger Jed Stewart will make his NRL debut, taking over from Sevilla Tamale. Sure. After being 18th man in 4 games this season. 23-year-old Stewart gets his crack in the top grade. Very interesting, actually, this little play here for Jed Stewart. Tyrrell didn't. That is insane. Anyway, sure. Far out. It feels like a Terrell May vice captaincy round with that, doesn't it? Interesting. Very interesting. No changes in the forward pack, so nothing really crazy different here from the Canberra Raiders. Hudson Young is named. That is something to look out for, because I think out of all the 2RFs, he is now looking to be the one you really want in. Hello, Angie. Hello, by the way. Talakai named at left center. Holy moly. Oh, God. Warriors, Panthers. Okay, this will be a cracking game. Oh, so Cleary isn't named. See, I like when they do this. Isn't named, not playing. That's it. This could be a very, very high-scoring game for Warriors. This gives me a lot of plausibility now. Gives a lot of plausibility for people that don't have Aaron Clark and trade him in. I think it's between Katoa, Aaron Clark, and Hudson Young. But boy, if you said to me who has been the guy that you've really found consistent, Aaron Clark's name has to be mentioned. That is really interesting here. But Warriors center Moala Graham Taufa will play his first NRL game since round 22. Coming in for Kurt Capewell, who will be rested after Origin. Wade Egan returns from a hip injury at hooker, so Sam Healy moves to 18th man. Sure. So people that have Wade Egan and held onto him, congratulations. This is your moment. You plug him in. Then Ivan Cleary has chosen to rest Origin stars Dylan Edwards, Nathan Cleary, Yao To'o, and Liam Martin. Wow, these are some huge outs expected. While New South Wales squad member Lindsay Smith will play. So he is backing up. So if you are a Lindsay Smith owner, you are jumping out of your chair. You're very, very happy with that. Dane Laurie lines up at fullback. Paul Alamotti comes in on the wing. Brad Schneider at halfback. Isaiah Papali'i starts in the back row. Sure. Liam Henry returns from suspension on the bench alongside. So I think here this is very a viable play now for you to most probably move on Nathan Cleary if you still have him, like myself. The obvious play here is Jerome Hughes. I think if you are going off Cleary right now and deciding not to hold, you're just going to Hughes now with the draw that come for Melbourne. It's a pretty insane. Coming into round 16, we're looking at Souths into Sharks, into North Queensland, Newcastle, Manly, Sydney, Para, Broncos, Penrith Bulldogs, Sydney. So it's there's not like a huge amount of bad in it. And I think that is the most obvious play. He also has been under like tiny bit of injury clouds when we're talking about Jerome Hughes here and there, but he seems to be just willing it and strengthening it back up. So no issue there. They also have come off a bye, so he's going to be rested even more. So, and they're versing South, so that's really, really scary. Who's going to be without Latrell Mitchell? So yeah, that is the obvious play. Going next to the Dolphins versus the Knights, Saturday, 3:30 p.m. In Perth, 5:30 p.m. AEST at HBF Park, Perth. Let's see what's going on here. The Dolphins, who are absolutely flying at the moment. Hammer is named to back up for Origin. So Jake Avarillo reverts to the centers and Max Fiagi, is how you pronounce it, to the reserves. Kafusi out suspended. Mark Nichols starts the game in the front row and Harrison Graham is added to the bench. Dom Young is back at the club where he scored 43 tries in 51 games before spending 2 years at the Roosters. Is he named? Wow. Okay. Jeez. That is, well, if you want to do a play that could resurrect your team, that is your play. Let's look at the Knights draw just quickly. Round 16, they have Dolphins into Canberra into bye. Maybe not your play. I don't really like it going into the bye. Coming into Canberra as well. Bit rough there. But congratulations, Dominic Young. You are back. That's cool. Very cool to see. Kalen Ponga has been named to back up. The backline is also boosted by the return of Bradman Best, sure, hamstring, while Kalen Ponga has been named to back up from Origin. Very interesting here. Bradman Best, we want to watch this hamstring. I don't think it's something where we jump onto him straight away. We just saw what happened with who had a hamstring and got re-injured again. Christian Tupolotu, I think is how you pronounce it. Wait on this one. Very interesting to see Marzu's points in this as well because Best is back. So we all know Best likes to hold the ball a bit more. Kalen Ponga has been named to back up from Origin. So Fletcher Sharp goes back to 5'8", which I love to see. I love him there. Touching the ball every attacking set. Absolutely beautiful. Tyson Frizzell, concussion is back. So Brodie Jones goes to the bench. Jack Hetherington is listed among the reserves. So Supercoach wise here, most probably if you've got Gagai, still hold on to Gagai. He got, I think, 52 or 54 last week. The big watch here is the Marju, Bradman Best, obviously Kalen Ponga. How many points do Knights score against Dolphins who are absolutely flying? Herbie Farnworth is going to be very interesting this game. I'm pretty sure if you have a top-ranked team and you don't have Herbie Farnworth, that's close to losing you this season. It's going to be very, very tough if you don't have Herbie Farnworth, to be honest with you. He's doing so much work. For those who bought Osako like myself, this could be a very interesting game as well. They seemingly last game went to the left a lot. That may change this time around, so we're hoping for a bit more ball to Osako's side. But Supercoach-wise, even on the bench, I mean, I would just say that this feels like another Dolphins win, but Very interesting to see what Knights team turns up with Ponga back. For some reason, Knights seem to play better without Ponga sometimes, but we shall see. But yeah, very happy about Fletcher Sharp moving to the middle. Next game, Rabbitohs v Storm, Saturday, 7:35 p.m. at Accor Stadium. Latrell Mitchell named, absolutely huge. Someone that we could look at targeting soon. I'm close to playing this kind of turbo Teddy Pappy game, and then when Latrell gets back fully into it from Origin, maybe it's like my top 3 are Teddy, Pappy, Latrell. That feels really nice to me. If we look at the South Straw here, round 16, they have a Melbourne, which is obviously very, very tough, but Latrell is named, which is nice to see. Into Dolphins, into Manly, into Bye, into Penrith, Sharks, Broncos. I feel like Latrell is kind of this like round 23, 22 sort of bye coming into the end of the season. Look, I could be wrong with that. Maybe he's something around after the next Origin, but Souths aren't fighting for like a huge amount of a premiership. I don't even know if they're close to the top 8, to be honest with you. Let's just check quickly. Where are they at the moment? 14th. So nothing crazy there. I don't think it's going to be something we have to jump at straight away, but will be interesting to see. But yeah, Latrell Mitchell named to back up. Alex Johnson, that's really good to see. But let's get into this. Boost for the Bunnies, Latrell Mitchell, sure. Cody Walker, groin, and Central Campbell Graham listed among the reserves. I think Cody Walker just needs to retire, to be honest. He's just so injury prone, so many injuries lately. I just feel like the body's not holding up, but hey, not me, not my body, not my choice. Davey Moale moves into the starting side to fill the void left by Colo. I think a lot of people are going Tallis Duncan now because of the injury to Colo. That serves a bit of purpose and is a very interesting look at. Sean Keppie joins the bench. I think Tallis Duncan is one of the most biggest traded players in at the moment. My issue with it is I understand it, but is it a point where we can go to Tallis Duncan? Do we have enough time? We've already got so much cash gen that's happened. Do we just prefer going to a Hudson Young or something like that? So that's going to be interesting. They also verse Melbourne, a Dolphins team that's flying, then Manly away at Pines Park into a bye. So it's actually not that fresh of a draw for them, in my opinion, but he could just be the absolute grinder that sneaks away and gets, the 50, 60 points and goes from there. So that is completely up to you. I think there's better 2RF choices like Beau Fermor, in my opinion. But again, completely your choice. I understand it if you're doing it to make a bit of cash and then he'll just plug away, get a 40, 50, 60 and then go somewhere else and find a premium. Jaden Sullivan, calf sideline. Englishman Lewis Dodd comes in at halfback. Wow, they really just throw Lewis Dodd in there against the worst teams and expect something, don't they? Club's Origin contingent of Cameron Munster, Harry Grant, Trent Loiero, Xavier Coates, and Stefano Urukamanu have all been named to play. So the only change to the side that beat the Cowboys before the bye is Bronson Garlick. Surely this cannot be real. I'd be watching for NRL late mail here. We don't know what's going to happen, but geez, if they all back up after this, that would be absolutely insane. Keep a watch on that. This could be an absolute routing, or it might not be. Who knows these days with NRL. Broncos v Sharks, Sunday, 2 p.m. at Suncorp Stadium. Reece Walsh, he is named ready to go. Had a great game, I think last week, was it? Forward leaders Pat Garrigan and Payne Haas have been named to back up 4 days after they go toe-to-toe in Origin 2. I'd expect a bit of relegated minutes here, but still, if this does happen, whatever, you're happy with it most probably. Back rower Jack Goz returns after an extended absence with a fractured arm, but Bent Hunt hamstring remains sidelined. Selwyn Cobbo has been listed among the reserves and he looks to break back into the side after 2 weeks in Queensland Cup. There was also talk about Selwyn Cobbo possibly going to South. So I don't know if that's confirmed or just fake news. how do you say this guy's name? Siosifa Talakai moves to the centers to replace Harodi, and Daniel Atkinson joins the bench. Jeez. He is a wrecking ball, this guy. I just don't know how he's going to go on defense, but that is a big, big play. It's most probably the right play. It's what they have to do with the injuries they have at left center. Very unfortunate for the Sharks. They've been performing a bit under par, even against the Dragons. I know it's 30-18, but they were losing and it was quite tough. But very interesting here. I think Supercoach-wise, it's going to be really, really interesting to see Reece Walsh, how he performs points-wise. If you still are holding Shibasaki, he's been doing great. Nothing wrong there. Talakai, 320,000 dual CTW to RF. Oh. Don't do it to me. Please don't do it to me. I can't see that price. I don't need to go there, but if you need money and you've been waiting for your golden nugget, this could be it. If we look at Sharks draw, which is very important, Broncos away, Melbourne away, bye. Not the most refreshing thing to see. Round 19, Dolphins, Sydney, South, North Queensland, St. George, Gold Coast. That there is a nice little run. I personally think maybe wait till after the bye. That's just me. If you want to load up on Talakai, go be it. You know what type of player he is. You know what he can do. Let's just look at him. Talakai. Wait, why did it go to K? Talak. Have I done this incorrectly? Or am I blind? Okay, I'm blind. It's fine. So, points 31 in 29 minutes. His base is... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This could be quite good. So... his minutes, he's basically averaging one base per minute for a $320,000 player. The problem is they go to buy possibly Harodi back. But, however, this is the crazy thing, and this is what I love about NRL sometimes. Let's say Sharks go out, beat Broncos, beat Melbourne, into buy, beat Dolphins. Even let's say they win 2 out of 3 of these. They beat Broncos, lose to Melbourne, then beat Dolphins. Could there be a part where Harodi comes off the bench and Talakai stays starting? So that's interesting. I just don't like who they're up against in the bye, but if you need to generate cash, maybe this is your plan and this is how you do it. He's obviously playing games. He's obviously been in the rotation for a long time, so I'm not going to fault it. I just think coming into a season where there's about 11 rounds left, I don't want to be going to something like that, but I can understand if you do. Yeah, so that's it for the Sharks and Broncos game. Interesting to see what type of points also Nrl puts up here against a team that is trying to generate momentum here. Ezra Mam, also a lot of people bought him previously in some rounds, so that's going to be a nice watch. This is actually going to be a really, really interesting game, so very interested to see this one. Let's go to the Roosters v Cowboys. If you are a Drinkwater owner and holding, this is the game that you're really wanting to see some points in. Very interesting also if you are a Drinkwater owner and a Tedesco owner. I just think if you are, the captaincy has to go on to Tedesco. Look, I could be wrong here, but I just feel like with what we're going to see here. So Maroons rep Robert Toya and Lindsay Collins and Blues trio, Connor Watson, Angus Crichton, and Spencer Leniu have all been named to play should they come through Origin 2 unscathed. Wow. Toya's return sees Marky Mark push out onto the wing to fill the hole left by Dong Young's departure. This is actually really good. I think I prefer Marky Mark on the wing. If you're an owner at the moment, let's just see what he's at. I think his break even's massive. 122 break even. Could you jump on him early? Maybe. Is it scary? Yes. They have North Queensland into another bye. So maybe we're waiting up until round 18. Maybe he gets an 80 point here. They go into the bye. And then basically you've got them for West Tigers, St. George Sharks, which is really, really nice. Also, I just think this is going to be a very, very high point game. The way Cowboys have been playing their defense, yeah, it's looking a bit rough for the Cowboys, to be honest with you. We'll see if also Did in his name to back up. But very good if you're a Marky Mark owner. I think you can expect anywhere between 60 to 90 this game from him. The shuffle up in the pack sees Sua Wong, Naf White, and Salesi Feketi retain their spots, while Makahesi Makatoa and Taylor Losalu drop the reserves, while Victor Radley and Egan Butcher have entered the concussion protocols. Cowboys, Viliami Vallea's return from suspension pushes Braden Burns to the reserves, while back rower John Bateman is also back from a one-game ban. Origin stars Dearden, Robson, and Nanai and Cotter have all been named to back up. Jason Taumalolo is out with a recurrence of a calf injury. Sure. So everyone is essentially named back to fly. We will see what happens in the NRL late mail. Go look at his stats. I'm not looking at stats from 2022. It's 2025. I will not be baited in by that, sir. I'm not even going to look at it. But yeah, I really like Teddy in this game. Hoping from a bit more from him. Also, Angus Crichton is on our 2RF watch now, coming into the last, well, after this week, it'll be coming into the last Origin game, but that'll be interesting to see. Next game, Eels v Titans. This is where I think we can definitely look at going Lomax if he's named to play and actually playing. So he's named to play, but the loss of halves Mitch Moses and Dylan Brown suspended. Oh, never mind. I wouldn't do it. Geez, I think Titans could go on a bit of a run here. I'm really liking Fermor. Joash, Papali'i, and Dean Hawkins take control. Dean Hawkins is actually quite a good player. Zach Lomax will back up from Origin 2. Do you know what? If I was the coach here, I wouldn't even be putting Lomax in. I'd just be saying, we don't have Moses. We don't have Brown. Have a rest, Lomax, and prep up for when Moses is back and come back next week when Dylan Brown's back after the suspension. That's just me. Tino and Prop Fodawaker, Moeki Fodawaker have been named on the interchange bench as they look to back up from Origin. Okay, so Tino definitely not going to be starting in my team. Still holding him. David Fafita has been named 18th man and set to return after an ankle surgery last month. Jojo Fafita returns from a hand injury in the centers. This is really interesting. I think this is the time we could see Titans possibly go on a bit of a run. What about Kampara? Who are you naming? You're scaring me with this. You're scaring me, okay? And you're scaring me. I think Beau Fermor is an absolutely massive play. My only concern, and my only one concern is that Billy Slater, okay, I really want Queensland to win this game because then I know Fermor won't get selected unless there's an injury. But if Queensland lose, I think there's a chance that Billy could do this, hey, Fermor, you're back in, etc. type stuff. That could really annoy me. But I think he's a definite play now because he's been dropped. So this is someone who I'm looking at getting in for sure. I really like his numbers. Khan Peria, please look. Khan Peria. Why don't I find it? Are you talking about the winger for this guy? Yeah, what about him? You want me to go Khan? Negative? Okay, let's look. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. But with only 2 trades, you can't really go there. Okay. 436,000. Had 14 points. Oh, God. 14 points in 80 minutes, but then it's gone 90, 89 with attacking stats into Para, North Queensland by Broncos, West Tigers. Not bad. It's not bad. Look, I'm not going to say it's the must-have, but it's not bad. Okay? How about that? Not a bad look. Not a bad look at all. Good suggestion. Not going to say it's bad at all. So very interesting here. Tino listed on the interchange is also interesting. So obviously going to get relegated minutes here. I really like, as I said, Beau Fermor. I think someone else we should have mentioned before that I didn't see. Is he named? Brendan Piakura. So put Brendan Piakura on a bit of a watch list. He's a bit up and down though. I don't know if he's someone we go to now. Brendan Piakura. What have I done here? Have I spelt it wrong? I spelled his first name wrong. Brendan. Hey, I did it. What's going on here? Brendan Piakura. Why is it in teams? This is really weird. Brendan Piakura. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Someone tell me what I'm doing wrong. But yeah, that's a really interesting look. I think with only having 2 trades left, I wouldn't go there. But if you did, that is completely fine. But maybe have a look at Brendan as well. It's not bad. Jaden Campbell is honestly close to being a captaincy pick. I'm just going to throw it out there. This could be absolutely huge for Gold Coast. Coming off an absolutely massive win into a Parramatta side without Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses. Yeah, got a lot of things to look at here. And that's your team list, guys. That is your team list. Now, very important. Look out for your late mail. Things could easily change with a team and a lineup. And yeah, that is it. I hope if you have any questions, let me know. Comment it on the video. Just quickly for captains, as I said before, I really like, you can do the Terrell May play, the safe 80. I wouldn't go into anyone into New Zealand, to be honest with you. If you wanted to have a cheeky vice captaincy on like someone like Aaron Clark, you could, but I don't think it's absolutely huge. Dolphins, I wouldn't do anything. Maybe Herbie, but I wouldn't chase that 150 you got last week. Newcastle actually not a bad defensive team. South and Melbourne, you can do Jerome Hughes, you can do Pappenhausen, you can do Munster if he does back up. They're all fine. I really like. I think Vice Captain Pappy is definitely your play. Broncos, Sharks, I wouldn't do anything there. Sydney Roosters, it's definitely either a choice between Drinky or Tedesco. My advice would be Tedesco. And then Parramatta Gold Coast, I actually really like Jaden Campbell now. I don't know why. This will be really, really interesting to see what type of team turns up. But yeah, I think your safest play for me in general is just Vice Captain Pappy. Against the South team, but they have Latrell Mitchell as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment on a video if you ever have a question. I'll always see the notification and get back to you guys. And that's your round 16 team list. Now, what I'm also doing for you guys before the first game, and I'm going to do it after Origin as well, in case any injuries happen, is I'm going to be doing a full 2RF positional analysis on who is now the go-to best 2RFs that we can look at, with Colo injured, with Olakau'atu injured, and obviously with Origin coming into play and resting. So hopefully that helps you out. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Comment on the video, whether it's this one or the next one, and just give it a thumbs up, lads. I hope to see more of you here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm actually amazed at the numbers here. 30 of you here live in chat. Thank you so much. It honestly means the world to me. We've just started this Supercoach channel. Next season is when we're going to be doing big stuff. We just wanted to grow. I want to get to like 500 to 1,000 subs and go from there. But anyway, guys, that is your video. That is NRL round 16 team list. Good luck in Origin for whoever you go for. I'm going to put this out there. I'm putting this out in there. Man of the match. Player of the match. I'm going to give you 2, one from each team. Tom Dearden, Zach Lomax. Take it easy, guys. Peace. See you on the next one, and good luck. Nothing but green arrows. Peace.